Hey Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Welcome to Trade Talk. Yes, I'm doing it in June. There is some news. I usually do it in the off season, at least in the trade period when it's a bit more relevant. But as you know, there is a lot of news circulating across the buy round, in particular in relation to our superstar, Nasiah Wanganeen Milera. We're going to have a quick video here just to give you the lowdown on that situation and obviously Tom De Koning and any updates on that front. So in terms of Nasiah Wanganeen Milera, he is in South Australia right now. He has had a dinner with Jason Horne-Francis and Jace Burgoyne, two of his closest friends who happen to play for Port Adelaide, who are looking to acquire the services of our superstar halfback flanker. So is the dinner much to worry about? Probably not. I think that's just what people do. He's gone back home, spent time with his family, spent time with his friends. His friends happen to play for Port Adelaide. That's kind of where it is. Is it negligent if they don't try and poach him or at least dangle the carrot over dinner? Probably. I mean, that's what happens we've seen it with Sam Mitchell and Oscar Allen. Everyone has coffee dates, dinner dates. This is just how it is. At the end of the day, it's Nas's decision. It's not going to be what they say at that dinner that's really going to convince him. Where do Port Adelaide sit on this front? Do they have things that they can fall back on? Yes, they do. They don't really have any draft capital at the moment. I think their first draft pick is like 22 or something. So there's not much going on there in terms of first round picks. But what they do have is probably players that fit a need for us in return. If it was to go to a trade, in terms of Zach Butters, as we know, and Miles Bergman. So there's two players there that we can look at already. Would you take both of those players for Nasiah Wanganeen Milera? I don't know. That's something you put in the comments. We get a halfback flanker, nowhere near as good as Nas right now, but can push into the midfield, and you also get a gun mid. A very, very good midfielder in Zach Butters. Would you take it? In terms of Adelaide, the big news is they are offering upwards of $10 million deal for Nasiah's services, around $1.2 million over 8 years, something like that. They don't really have any draft capital. I mean, they've got pick 16, but that's all they've got. And there's, like with Port Adelaide can lean on Bergman and Butters if they really wanted to get Nas. If they were absolutely desperate to get him, they would sacrifice players for it, I'm sure. Adelaide don't really have anyone they can offer us. Not that I can think of anyway. There's no Bergman Butters situation that they can dangle in front of us. Right now, it's very much try and outbid us, but they can't do that. So they've offered that offer. The good news is what we've been hearing is that we are willing to match that. So Glenn McFarlane has stated that we're looking to offer that. The term could be as long as 8 years, maybe even a fraction longer, but in that 8-year range, nearly $10 million deal. Make no mistake, St Kilda will match that offer. If that's the situation and it's a $10 million deal, they realise he's an outstanding player and needs to be in St Kilda colours. They will match that, no question. So obviously that's not the same amount that Tom De Koning will be offered by us, but it's still a significant amount. Adelaide, they have a lot of salary cap space as well, I believe, from what I've read. So there may be wiggle room there. They might up that even more to that 1.3, 1.4 range. I'm not sure, but we're going to match pretty much whatever offer comes in. That's all I know. So as long as we match, then if Nas wants to go home at the end of the day, which we can't control, and I don't think it's necessarily going to end up with the money decision, because I think every club that wants Nas is going to offer him big bucks. We're not going to undersell him. It's not a Tom De Koning situation where Carlton can only offer him X amount and we're just going to completely blow them out of the water and outbid them. We can match pretty much anything that comes in. That's the genius of what we've done financially and only using up 95% of our cap space into this year. And then next year, we're going to up it to 105 and max it out. That's the reason why we can go for Tom De Koning and retain Nas. It's not one or the other. You don't sacrifice one for the other. They're completely separate and you can nail both. And that's the plan. So it's up to Nas, really, at the end of the day. It's up to Nas. We're going to offer big money. The best we can do is force clubs to a trade. And at least if we do lose him, we can somehow soften the blow and get players and picks in return. My question to you watching is, if we did lose him, what is the ultimate compensation that would make you sleep easy at night? Or is there no situation? Is it that detrimental to St Kilda's future that we just have no other option? We have to retain him. But like I said, it may not be up to us at the end of the day. The best we can do is offer him the same amount of money, offer him a long-term deal, and hope that he's happy with where he is, which by all accounts from his agent, he's very happy playing at St Kilda. He's very happy with the future and what it looks like, and he's obviously living with two of his best mates in Marcus Windhager and Mitch Owens, who no doubt, you talk about him having dinner with Horn Francis. He's having dinner every night with two of his best mates who he happens to play with. I think there's a lot there we can sell to him. The only thing we can't sell to him is location, which, if he wants to be closer to his family, that's the way it is. But as long as we can negotiate and force it to a trade, that's the best we can do in that worst case scenario, if that makes sense. The other one is Tom De Koning. Carlton, by all accounts, are pretty... Yeah, they're almost at that acceptance stage of, of realizing that maybe he's gone. Maybe it could be a good thing for them. Maybe that's what they need. I don't know. But at the end of the day, unlike us with Adelaide and Port, they can't match. So we're offering 1.7. The max they can offer is about 1.1. If you were in Tom De Koning's situation, what would you do? I know what I would do. You take the money. Like, Carlton haven't proven to him that they are that much better or closer to a flag than we are right now. As much as maybe Carlton fans can't accept that, if that was the case, he would sign on 1.1. You would take a 1.1, $1.2 million deal at a flag contender. But right now, Carlton aren't proving that to him. And that probably means that, even if he's going to a small club, as Sam McClure liked to say on his podcast the other day, we are, compared to Carlton, we are a small club, but we're offering big money, and that's enough for him to potentially consider coming across to Moorabbin and playing in the red, white, and black next season. And that's exactly what I think that's what Carlton are accepting right now. Is as it stands, it looks like he's going to be a St Kilda player. So, I think that's common knowledge now. I think a lot of people are pretty confident that he is going to leave, and the money will be the deciding factor. Whereas for Nas, it's not the money that's going to be the deciding factor. It's going to be, where is he most happy? Where does he want to be in 5 years? That's pretty much it. I kind of thought Nas would sign a 2-year deal on big money with us, and then after 2 or 3 years, he will be in the same situation now. He'll reassess with the coaches where St Kilda's at. He'll look at where Port and Adelaide are at, and then he'll decide. That's kind of where I thought it would be. But it looks like maybe with Adelaide offering such a big deal, we're just going to have to bite the bullet and offer such a huge long-term deal. But if you're retaining Nas on 1.3 for 8 years, I think we'd all take that. He's absolutely worth it. His right foot is the best right foot in the league. He's got the best kick in the league, and he's nowhere near his peak, which is absolutely terrifying for the competition. And it could be great for us if we can retain him. So on that note, that is Trade Talk. Nas in Adelaide, he's had dinner with Jason Horne-Francis. I'm not reading into that too much. They have some collateral. They don't have picks, but they've got players they can offer us. Adelaide have got a lot of money, don't really have any players or picks. So interesting situation there. And then Tom De Koning, we're offering a lot of money. Carlton can't match it. That's kind of the sticking point right now, and makes everyone pretty confident that he's not going to be a Carlton next season. So on that note, thank you very much, Saners. I'll keep you posted on any other further news that drops. Trade Talk is up and running, I guess. It's going to be on Nas watch for the rest of the season, so we'll see how we go there. Hopefully we get some concrete news very soon, but that's where everything stands. Hopefully you appreciate it. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about both situations, Nas, Tom De Koning, any others that are yet to be talked about. Love to hear it. And obviously subscribe and help us hit 15,000 subs very soon. That'd be amazing as well. So take care, Saners. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.